Chapter 84. Occupation of Lingtong Pass. When the Grand Master of Heaven led his disciples out, Lao Tzu said, 10,000 fairies will suffer today. And you have led them to it. Just see what I will do with you. The Grand Master of Heaven replied angrily, charging forward to attack. Heavenly Primogenitor turned to his disciples. This is your finally chance. Don't miss it. Everyone was greatly encouraged, and they fought bravely into the trap. Lu Ya flew down from the sky and threw himself into the battle. Lao Tzu and Heavenly Primogenitor fought the Grand Master of Heaven. Mother Golden Spirit was surrounded by Heavenly Master of Outstanding Culture, Universal Virtue, and Merciful Navigation. The three immortals assumed shapes with either 3 heads and 6 arms, 5 heads and 8 arms, or 10 heads and 8 arms. Their bodies were covered, from head to foot, with bright light, gold lamps, white lotus flowers, precious pearls, and necklaces. Golden Spirit fought so vigorously that her gold coronet fell off and her hair flew about wildly. Burning Lamp suddenly threw up his sea-conquering pearls, and Golden Spirit was struck on the reed. She died at once. Grand Completion threw up the Fairy Slaughtering Sword, Pure Essence the Fairy Slaying Sword, Heavenly Master of Divine Virtue, the Fairy Entrapping Sword, and Jade Tripod the Fairy Exterminating Sword. The whole trap was immediately covered with black clouds. Everyone whose name was recorded on the list of creations was slaughtered like meat on the chopping block. Hurry! Hurry! Give me the 6-soul pennant, Fairy Light with long ears. The Grand Master of Heaven roared when he saw his disciples falling to the ground about him. Seeing Buddha's white lotus flowers and the Mount Shundu disciples' gold lanterns and necklaces, Fairy Light with long ears realized they were all proper immortals, far superior than those in Jia Taoism. He bundled up the 6-soul pennant, stealthily left the trap, and took cover in the pavilion. Fairy Light, bring me the pennant. Hurry! The Grand Master of Heaven shouted again and again, but Fairy Light did not appear. The Grand Master of Heaven was enraged to find that Fairy Light had fled, but he had no mind to continue the combat. He tried to move over and rescue his fairies, but he was checked by the 4 religious leaders. He could not flee, for he would then be held in contempt by his disciples. He had to continue the combat, although his heart wasn't in it. When Lao Tzu struck him with his stick, the Grand Master of Heaven was so excited that he threw up his purple lightning hammer. Lao Tzu immediately turned, and an exquisite pagoda soared up from his head to lock the hammer. Watching the pagoda, as if in a trance, the Grand Master of Heaven was hit seriously on the shoulder by Heavenly Primogenitor's S-shaped weapon. He nearly fell from his ox. Buddha opened his universal bag to collect 3,000 disciples who were destined to enter the Western region. Kanti assumed a shape with 24 heads and 18 hands to fight the Grand Master of Heaven. The Grand Master of Heaven swore loudly. Well, well. You bloody Buddha, dare you insult me again? He attacked Kanti with his sword, but the Buddha brushed it away with a tree branch, breaking it into pieces. The Grand Master of Heaven had to pull in the rein of his ox and run away. They did not chase him but returned to the pavilion with a ringing of gold bells and tinkling of jade pieces. Lao Tzu discovered Fairy Light with long ears inside the pavilion. You are a disciple of Jia Taoism. Why are you hiding here? He asked. Fairy Light knelt on the ground and replied, Dear uncles, I am guilty. My master made the 6-soul pennant to hurt you 2 uncles, the 2 Buddhist leaders, King Wu and Jiang Ziya. He told me to use it on his order, but he acts so improperly, I couldn't give it to him. I had to hide here. What a surprise. Though you're a member of Jia Taoism, you know the proper way. This is the foundation for a successful study of the way. Heavenly Primogenitor said happily. He told Fairy Light to stay with them in the pavilion. When the pennant was brought out and shown to the religious leaders, Buddha said to Fairy Light, We will remove the names of King Wu and Jiang Ziya. You may then unroll it to see what it can do to us. Fairy Light did as he was told, but the penance had no effect whatsoever. Auspicious clouds hovered above heavenly primogenitor, a pagoda floated above Laozi, and luminous Buddhist relics protected the two Buddhas. Seeing the miracles before him, Fairy Light gave up the six-soul pennant, fell on the ground, kowtowed, and said, "It is clear that my master is wrong. Fairy Light must be destined to join our religion." Buddha said. Fairy Light immediately kowtowed before the two Buddhas. During the battle, many fairies died to become gods. Some were converted to Buddhism. Some ran away, and some did in vain. Mother Invincible, realizing it was nearly hopeless to maintain the trap, left the scene first. Shen Gongbao also fled. The Grand Master of Heaven fled to a mountain with 200 fairies. Finding his 4 close disciples all dead, he said angrily, "I shall go to the Purple Heaven Palace to see my master. After I tell him the whole story, I will decide what action to take." Just then, auspicious clouds and a strong fragrance drifted toward them from the south. Looking up, they saw a Taoist with a bamboo walking stick, sleeping in the 9th heaven, studying on a straw cushion, beside the earth and sky so grand. I'm honored as head of my religion. Taoism divided into 2. Leader of leaders I am. The Grand Master of Heaven hurriedly knelt down and kowtowed before his master Hongjun. "May my old master live for 10,000 years. He greeted him. "Why did you set up such a trap to cause so much suffering? What made you do it?" Hongjun demanded. "I must report to you, master, my 2 brothers have insulted me and tried to destroy my religion by sending their disciples to swear at me and slay my own. This is really an insult to you. I hope you will show mercy, master." The Grand Master of Heaven pleaded. "You are really dishonest. You have been the root of all this suffering. Anger and annoyance are emotions of the ordinary people. Even a fairy who has not yet severed all desire, and has not yet been invited to attend the Longevity Peach Feast, should do everything to be rid of those temptations. You provoked this dispute over a trifle. They had done nothing to offend you. You must take responsibility for the troubles caused by your disciples. If I had not come here, this quarrel would go on endlessly. You may all return to your caves to refine yourselves. Do not stir up any more trouble." Hongjun ordered all the fairies to leave. He then told the Grand Master of Heaven to go first to report his arrival to the religious leaders in the pavilion. Daring not disobey his master's order, the Grand Master of Heaven led the way to the pavilion, thinking, "How can I face them again in such an awful condition?" But with no alternative, he kept on, until approaching the tent, to the surprise of all, he yelled loudly, "Hurry! Tell Laozi and Heavenly Primogenitor to come out and meet our master, the Great Saint." Laozi was inside talking to Buddha when he saw auspicious clouds in the sky. He was just getting ready to go out and meet his leader when Nija came in and excitedly reported, "The Grand Master of Heaven has come with an old Taoist and demands you all to go out to meet them." "Yes, I know. Our master has come to settle this dispute." Lao Tzu said, "We beg your pardon. We didn't know of your honorable arrival, so we failed to meet you at a distance." The 2 religious leaders said as they kowtowed, "I have come to make peace and settle your dispute, so you can all live together as brothers." Hongjun said, "We'll obey your instruction unconditionally, master." Laozi and Heavenly Primogenitor replied. When he entered the pavilion to meet the Buddhist leaders, they offered their thanks and asked him to sit down so they could kneel before him. "We are equal. Those 3 are my disciples and should treat me like this, but you should not." Hongjun said. Both Buddha and Kanti bowed and took their seats. Soon Laozi, Heavenly Primogenitor, and all the disciples came in, knelt down, and kowtowed before Hongjun. "Come over here before me, you 3. Hongjun ordered. He then said, "I didn't expect the Grand Master of Heaven to cause so much trouble, though it was destined by fate. He broke the agreement of our alliance and many fairies were innocently massacred. I do not blame you, my elder disciples. You are right, old honorable master. Both Buddha and Kenti said, "Let me act as your mediator. There should be no more enmity between you from now on. You must all return to your mountains, and you mustn't quarrel anymore. All our disciples have suffered what they must, and Jiang Ziya is now ready to accomplish his great political work. You should all do your best in your religious studies." Hongjun added, "You three come here and kneel before me." Hongjun then ordered. He took out a small gourd from one of his sleeves and shook out 3 pills. He gave one to each and said, "Take this medicine. It will not bring you good health and longevity, but it will help you live together peacefully. If you have any idea to break the union, this pill will revolt inside the stomach and lead to immediate death." Hongjun warned them gravely. The 3 religious leaders kowtowed and said, "We thank you for your great mercy. We'll obey your teaching forever." Hongjun then got up to leave and said, "Grand Master of Heaven, will you come with me?" The Buddhist leaders, Laozi, Heavenly Primogenitor, and all the disciples went to see Hongjun off. Buddha and Kenti left next, and Laozi and Heavenly Primogenitor prepared to go as well. Jiang Ziya knelt on the ground as they descended from the pavilion. "With your guidance and support, I've been blessed to lead the army this far. I wonder what will happen at the conference of the nobles." He implored them. Laozi replied, "Here is a poem concerning your near future. You may learn it by heart."